Yeah, buddy. Swole. Swole. Welcome back to Master of None. My name's Rodney. Gonna do something new. Well, not new. I've done it before, but let me just get into this. Like 5 years ago, a friend of mine wanted to be this Power Rangers villain, Lord Zed. And if you're familiar with that series and that character, he's super muscular. I mean, like imagine your biggest bodybuilder, but he's a super villain. And my friend was like 5'6", maybe like 150, 60 pounds. So to transform him, we needed to create a muscle suit. And I watched plenty of videos about it and, gave it a shot. Came out really well, actually. The crazy thing is I cannot find a picture of the suit, the mask that I made. I can't find anything. So I can't use it as an example. Like I said, I watched a lot of videos and different posters had different techniques. The ones that stick in my head the most are the foam that they used. If they didn't create a pocket to stick the foam muscle into or create to hold that muscle in place, they glued it. They would basically bevel the back part so it would adhere better to the surface they were going to glue it to. And in some cases, depending on how big they needed the muscle, like if the muscle needed to protrude, they would put either an extra piece of foam under it or something to add more volume to it. Curving the foam or leaving room in a place where a muscle would need to flex seemed to be the most important thing to remember outside of, creating the proper shapes and making muscle that looked believable. You don't want to, as a cosplayer, create a suit that the muscle looks like something a little kid would have, where it's just like bubbly pieces inside of the costume. Then I created two for myself. One which was foam, like the costume, like the Zed costume, but the other one was EVA. And I used EVA foam instead of the other foam because it was more condensed, and I wanted to use it in a way that made it look more like armor. And I wore it under my I have a Black Panther costume, and I wore it under that, and it didn't look bad, but it wasn't comfortable because it doesn't flex, and it didn't give me the effect that I wanted. And the Black Panther costume that I bought was so form-fitting that it really didn't allow for a bulkier foam muscular suit or anything to be up under it. So those were my two attempts to do one for myself. And then I came across this company called Flex Design, and they had everything from like just lean muscle to like just something just short of the Hulk, like maybe like Juggernaut. I think Juggernaut's musculature in that X-Men movie he was in was like the size of their biggest muscle suit. So I caught one on sale. I want to say it was the, I think it was the Standard Deluxe or the Hero, something like that. It was like a mid-level suit where you would look fit, but you weren't small like a Spider-Man, being fit and wiry. And then, like I said, looking like you should be the Juggernaut or some version of the Incredible Hulk. So I caught it on sale, and that suit was still, I want to say it was like 1,100, maybe 1,200 bucks that I spent for that suit. And it's a quality suit. I'm going to, show you the details of it. It's a quality suit, hot as heck to wear because the material is such high quality. I imagine it's what it would feel like to have on, like what it would feel like to wear a wetsuit or a scuba suit, or something like maybe some of the first Batman costumes. But super hot. I look great in it, but oh my God, do I sweat? And I think that is the downside of any foam muscle suit, is it insulates and there's no relief. I mean, you could do it, for maybe a couple of hours, get used to the pain. I think Christian Bale wanted out of playing Batman because wearing the costume was such hell. Um, but anyway, I'm going to give you a better look at this suit, and then I'm going to show you what I'm doing with this next project. So this is my Flex Design muscle suit. Like I said, it's a mid-level suit, and the musculature goes from the chest through the arms all the way down to the calves. If you had this particular suit, you'd have to be conscious of what size the calf of your superhero boots would be, or you'd have to wear shorter boots because the calves are actually pretty big. This suit has the muscle stitched in, I mean, it's not the muscle, the foam stitched into it. I want to say it's a couple of layers, at least 2 layers of material. It has the faux veins, which I think is a cool effect. And it really looks good on. I put this suit on and pretended on social media that I've been working out, and quite a few friends believed it until one genius figured it out and was like, "Is that one of those muscle suits?" But anyway, so you can see the foam muscle, how detailed it is. Oh, one thing, and I mean, if you're a cosplayer, you normally have to rig up something to help you get in and out of your costumes on your own. I put this here so I wouldn't feel trapped inside of this suit, because when it's time to get it off, whether someone's with you or not, it's time to take it off. But yeah, quality suit. Oh, also, I was smart enough to request a crotch zipper. So that's been a saving grace, although most of my costumes, don't have the same. So I've had to, like my Spawn suit, I just basically made a little hole that's hidden so I could access this. But if you're going to order a costume online and have someone make it, or if you make your own, don't forget to add a spot so you can go to the restroom. It's a lifesaver. It's bad. It's bad enough to be super hot and sweaty, and you got to go to the bathroom. Okay, so anyway, so this is an example of what you can get if you pay. So what I'm gonna do is I have 2 torso or upper body foam muscle tops that I'm creating. Both of them will be different because for one person, he just wants a costume, an upper portion that looks more fit and muscular. He is a Batman fan. I actually commissioned him to make a cowl, and part of our deal was that I would create this muscular top for him, and then another is for a person that I'm creating a Bane costume for. So I'm gonna have to really dig deep, with making the musculature stand out. Um, the individual that wants the Bane upper body, he's like 6 foot tall. He has broad shoulders, but like me, he's not fit. So this suit is going to enhance that, and it'll give that look that you need in portraying a character like that. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use foam that I picked up at Walmart. They also have a nice selection of foam at Michael's. I don't know if you have Michael's in the area that you're at. And basically just look around for places that have it. It's upholstery foam. Um, I'm going to use that, and I'm not going to sew anything. I do have a sewing machine, but I'm going to end up using either spray or contact cement to adhere the foam. So here's the good old foam that I was mentioning. And I'm going to use the spray contact adhesive. I have 77 and I have 90. It's been 5 years. I can't remember if I used one, both. I'm going to figure out which one attaches the foam to the Lycra top that I'm going to use the best. And then that's what I'm going to use throughout the entire process. So I'm going to show you how I decide what musculature to use. I'm going to cut that foam out. Then I'm going to shape it however I need to shape it. And then I'm going to have to take one of my mannequins outside because I can't, I mean, this is toxic. I can't spray that in the house. So I'm going to take it outside and spray the areas that I need to attach it to, attach the foam. You can watch that process, and then we'll see how it looks in the end. I'll probably try it on just so you can see what it looks like on, which will probably look about the same with the mannequin. But what I haven't decided on yet is if I want to take another piece of Lycra and put it over the muscle to smooth it. Because another one of the techniques that I've seen is after they apply the foam muscle to the fabric, there's, I think, another thinner fabric or foam that they use, to smooth it out and make it look better. So I don't know if I'm gonna go that route or not, but we'll see. I'm still getting into the habit of filming everything I do. Normally, it's trial and error for me, just like it would be for you if you were trying something out and, not filming it. I'm just going along, making mistakes and correcting them as I go along. So, like I said, let's just see how it goes. Okay, so like I said, the upper torso that I'm going to work on for this first person who happens to be a Bat fan, I'm going to do my best to make it look like this. The chest, the abs. Since he has a slender form, I don't have to worry too much about something looking bulky. But like I said, I will take the time to curve the foam as much as I can. And yeah, this is what we're going for. I like to do it quick and dirty. I have a feeling that when I cut the foam, that I should leave like a bit of an edge. So when it's glued down, it covers without shrinking too much. And then also, what I'm thinking about doing is this upper ab portion that was on in the bat fleck muscle seems to be raised. So I think what I want to do is create that portion where it would be, where this portion of the foam would glue to the top of it. So that way, like just imagine, we're looking at my form, I'll turn sideways. I have a little bit of a gut. Okay, maybe I have a lot of gut. Anyway, if I was in a suit and the ridge of the abs was here and the chest sat on top of that, that would project this area of mine where I'm flat chested going into my stomach would sit out further as a means to encompass this. And then as long as I don't use super bulky foam in the ab area, or for someone like me, it won't, it won't really protrude. If you look at that picture of Ben Affleck, the chest and abs are almost on the same level. But a lot of the makers that you could find that create costumes like this, I'm forgetting this. There's I think it's called Wicked Studios. They do a really good suit where I think the musculature that they put into the suit will really enhance your form regardless of how fit you are. And I think it elevates the muscle like that too. But anyway, so that's the next step. Oh, and also, once you do one half, and did I do that? I had it upside down. Master of none. Everything you do is interchangeable. So we only really have to do one half of everything. Chest. And not to waste paper. So find the chest area, come up a little bit. Now I'm doing this mostly from memory. I think how the beginning of the ab muscles, that ridge that's right up under the chest muscles, curves down and outward, and then there's other smaller muscle groups around the rib cage in this area. So I'll get to that, but let me do this first piece. just wrote a little note for myself that this portion I'm expecting to put the chest muscle over. Also, what I might do is, instead of trying to carve the foam with some type of indentation, I might just count out how many pieces it should be and then try to glue them really close to each other to give this, you know, the rounded effect of the muscle. My hands are in the way I can see. But anyway, that's those two pieces. And I'm going to keep working at this, and I'll come back when I have all of the templates created. Went over and looked at the picture again, and it's very similar to this. Chest, that upper row of ab muscles, and then your central muscles. So got the templates. Now it's time to transfer it to foam. So of course, while I was in the process of mapping out how I wanted these muscles to go, I found my old patterns. I created them originally with duct tape on a mannequin, but they're not as sturdy this way. So off camera, I took the time to draw the pieces out that I'm gonna make, and I'm gonna cut these out, and then we'll move on to the foam. One down, whole bunch more to go. Quick recap. Plot out the idea of how you want to do the foam for your muscle. Measure those pieces out and cut out your patterns. Transfer those patterns to cardboard. I use cardboard because it's easy to find and because it's sturdy. Transfer those sketches to cardboard. I transfer them to cardboard because they last a little bit longer and makes it a little bit easier for you to transfer the template that you've created, to whatever medium you're going to use to create your muscle. Use those templates to transfer your shapes to your foam. Try and conserve as much space as you can. I mean, foam isn't super expensive, but it can be costly if you're constantly screwing up. Transfer those templates to the foam that you're going to be using as your medium, and cut those pieces of foam out. Try to bevel the edges of your foam so when you glue it down, you'll have a contact area, for the material, for the shirt or whatever part of the body you're going to place the muscle in. And then you'll also still have the bulk to give it shape when it's on the suit and over your muscle and over your whichever limb the template goes over. So here we are. Of course, this isn't the torso that I'm going to be creating today. This is actually a suit that I made, a muscle suit that I made like 5, almost 6 years ago. And I got trapped in it. My wife left and I couldn't get the zipper down, and I had someplace I needed to be. So I ripped the entire front open. Oh, that hurt to do that. I need to take the time to sew this back together. Today, what I'm gonna do is there's a couple of pieces of foam that are coming apart that I want to reattach and possibly do something about them butt muscles. But probably not today. I just want to glue that piece, and then I'm going to start working on the torsos. I'm actually using a different style of attaching foam than this. I use the edges and I try to make the musculature here bulkier. I'm just going to use the flat sides, and also I used hot glue when I attach these. I'm using the spray adhesive. Here's all of my templates, all of my foam pieces. Everything is out here. So anyway, let's get into this video. Experimentation time. I'm using this really lightweight Lycra because I know that the person that's going to be wearing this is going to have to put this under a suit. So we're going to see how it goes having it stretched across the foam muscle that you saw earlier. I just wanted to stretch it out as much as I could when I attach these pieces. So once it's off and it goes back on a regular body, or maybe I'll try it on at the end of the video. I don't know. I just wanted to make sure that everything sits where it needs to sit. So here we go. I don't know if you could hear me.
but the front part is done.
Whew. I still need to do the back of the forearms and the back muscles, but I'm almost done. Well, been half eaten by mosquitoes because I couldn't find any off. But as you can see, we got this done. Let's take a peek. This is a tedious process. I could see why guys and groups that do this, create these muscle suits. I could see why they charge so much money. But come on now. I might have to put the phone down to finish this last little piece. Thank you for tuning in to Master of None. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was cool. And let's get together again later. Yeah, buddy. Swole. Well, there it is. There that is. There this is. Came out a lot better than I expected. Like I said, it's been like maybe 5 or 6 years, since I did this one. And I did have to start over again with this one because I wasn't satisfied with the first cut. But yeah, it's everything I needed to be, baby. So anyway, I hope I gave you some good tips. I hope I helped build your confidence that you can do this yourself. And if not, if you decide to buy a suit from someone, whatever price they're asking you for that product, you just have to say to yourself, is it going to be worth it to me? But if you've watched this video, you can see that it's not an easy process. I'm sure it gets better the more times that you do it, but it is time consuming. It does require a certain level of skill, and it was fun though. So hey, there it is, completed project. Hope you enjoy watching. Catch you on the next one.